Good morning, y'all. Robert here. I just want to give a bit of a weekly recap. And I think one of the formats here I probably start doing will be a weekly recap and a monthly recap. Whereas I cover the entire month, past month, and look at whether progress was made, where I could have done better in decision making, and how I can improve. This week, we got the storm coming in the DC area, expected storm, and I just wanted to state that this past week, with all the challenges, especially like Tuesday or Wednesday, after everything I've been through this month, I like to look at this week because it didn't look like anything was improving. And then what occurred was a ceiling leak that came from the kitchen, and it dropped down on the water came down on me while I was asleep in bed. It came down from like my thighs and wet my legs up. I was feeling some water, feeling something was dripping on me. I'm like, somebody pouring water on me? And when I got up and looked at the ceiling light was still on above my bed and everything, and water was just streaming down on me. And I'm like, really? This is really happening, or this really happened to me, y'all. And you had to wonder. I was like at the point where I was like, okay, man. I just like, hey, look, look. After all I've been through, this, not to mention that, my bed, my mattress, like the futon mattress I got, it's like makeshift bed and everything. I had a futon when I left my apartment, but I was like, I'm not. Since I'm moving myself, I'm gonna move lightly. So I said I'm gonna snatch my futon mattress, leave the frame, snatch the bed I had recently bought about probably 6 months to a year prior, but I wasn't really sleeping in my bedroom. I was mostly sleeping in the living room after a roommate had left out, and it got to a point, I guess it came to a head in a sense, where it's like, Robert, either you're gonna just say, you're gonna sing the anthem, fuck it, or are you gonna push forward anyway? I decided to push forward anyway, in spite of all of that stuff, this past week that happened, far as the applications that I put in, no one seems to have called me back except for the security job I applied for. I have my orientation tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and I hope that goes well. It's like a 4-hour orientation. It's really an 8-hour orientation during 2 days, to tomorrow and Sunday. So it's an 8-hour orientation, really. It just spread out over 2 days. Tonight, I had snagged me a Amazon Flex route block, hopefully it be in some favorable area, unlike the other day where I picked up in Waldorf. And shout out to the people in Waldorf. I picked up in Waldorf and I was sent out to Mechanicsville, Maryland, which, if anybody know about Mechanicsville, from what I've seen, is rural. I'm talking farmhouse and farmlands, you know, and it was dark, and that didn't go too well for me because it seemed like all three of my GPS and my navigations were not picking up on the addresses. You know, they had the mailboxes on the side of the road, and it was like 2 and 3 of them at you know, and then you go up a driveway that wound up into like not a cul-de-sac per se, but it branched off to like maybe 3 houses, and most of the houses didn't directly have house numbers on them. So that I just basically called Amazon support and told them, look, it's 4 a.m. I am not going to be going up trying to figure out which house is which, and be walking around this place trying to deliver a package, and some person mistake me for an intruder and harm and put me in harm. So I don't feel safe doing this. So I'm gonna make a decision and bring the remaining deliveries back. You know, so I did that, and I just like to say, folks, those in my Amazon Flex family, you know, please be safe out here delivering in these early a.m., 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in rural areas. A couple of things I would like to say about being responsible and accountable for yourself. Doing what you need to do is get yourself a dash cam, you know, get yourself a body cam, so you can document what transpired, either through audio or video, both. You know, if you have both, you know, you got a dash cam and a body cam, I mean, you catching some footage, you know, no matter what. And I just want to say that just be safe out here, you know. Very, very, that's real talk from me, you know. Another thing is like that helped me out was I snagged a evening, like a 5 p.m. Block from Amazon to deliver, and picked that up and made that delivery during rush hour. You know, I was in DC area, actually DC proper, and I was made my deliveries there, came back. You know, I'll be posting that footage, you know, my drive POV version, you know, and just prepping for the snow that's coming. I got to go down to the storage place and get my shovel later on this morning before this stuff come on through and do what it do. I ain't gonna be out here in that snow trying to make deliveries for no Amazon. A lot of times I think I know Amazon will stop all deliveries, you know, because I've experienced it in the summer. There was a really bad storm came through the area, and I was out in the Springfield location, and they had we was wondering why we were waiting outside, and they had canceled all them deliveries because of this thunderstorm, you know, that came through, was coming through. And so I was like, okay, we got paid for that time. That was all right. And this time I'm pretty sure they're not going to have their drivers out here. It might have changed, but I don't think they're going to have their drivers out here making deliveries in no snowstorm, man. They ain't the post office, you know. So that's about it for me, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and give my route another few minutes or so. And I just wanted to check in with y'all. Maybe, I guess, a weekly update. Hopefully I'll be able to do the weekly updates on a regular basis and post them. And peace. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And, you know, give me some feedback on what I'm doing here, you know. As far as the POV, which do you prefer, the POV showing my hood or a POV showing a wide angle where you really don't see the hood? Because I just was looking at it, I was like, yeah, if I could take the hood out, that's my preference, you know. But it's still, I would like to hear from the general public what y'all think about the POV version of me driving with my dash cam. You know, I know the body cam. I probably won't be doing any body cam footage, posting into that, because I'm walking. It's like, so I'm shaking. With the camera glasses I'm using right now, what I'm filming with now, that's a little bit different. And if you notice on my dash, the daggone tire pressure light's still on. I haven't been around the whole car, but I put some on put air in the front driver and the rear passenger. I thought those was kind of low, but obviously it's not. I got to give me a tire pressure gauge, from one of these auto parts stores, and actually check which one is low, so I won't be going all around the car and all that. Yeah, but my dash cam is a Wkly 2, and my glasses, camera glasses, are the DV video glasses. I guess that's the name. And I'll be posting those links up in the description, along with the body cam link. This is actual stuff I actually use when I'm making my deliveries. I've been filming my deliveries since actually when I was doing Lyft. I knew I wanted a dash cam, but doing the dash cam, this Wkly is very, very functional, y'all. This thing, I was looking at today to see what type of functionality they got with the Wi-Fi phone connection, and you can review your videos from there. You ain't got to take out the SIM card, unless I guess you want to download your videos from the SIM card onto a PC or laptop, and the phone thing, and it's detailed, y'all. There's a lot of detail in it. Maybe I'll let y'all see it one day when I'm sitting down and talking. But anyway, y'all, please like, subscribe, comment, share. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings.